And we're back in the man cave, and this one is part 2 of that same trip out to North Wales. And in this part we head beyond Harlech, through Barmouth, over the Mordach estuary, and go in search of the site of an aircraft. Not the wreckage, but a memorial to the crew. And there's a story involved, and I'll not go into it too much, but it's there's a connection with my time spent up in northwest Scotland. Quite a coincidental connection, in actual fact. So again, with this one, see what you think. I particularly enjoyed this second half myself, the ride and everything. Bit of green lane involved for one thing. So yeah, well, see what you think. Again, see what you think, and let me know what you think. All right, and if you give us a thumbs up, that'd be great. But again, see what you think. Cheers. And we're back again. This time we're coming into Barmouth. What a fantastic day it's turning out to be. Just over 20 degrees. That's warm enough for me, that is. Now Barmouth, it's not a place I've spent such an awful amount of time. I've been to Barmouth a handful of times in the past. A bit remiss of me, really. But apparently I've been living a very sheltered life, because one thing I've never done is ridden a bike over Barmouth Bridge. It's a bit, well, it's unique, I suppose. To the best of my knowledge it is anyway. Barmouth Bridge, it's a railway bridge, but it's got a footpath alongside the railway line, and amazingly you can ride a motorbike across. And this time there is a toll, I do know that. And one or two people at home have said, you know, I've never ridden across Barmouth Bridge. You've never ridden across Barmouth Bridge? I don't believe you. No, I've never ridden across Barmouth Bridge, full stop. So I'm going to put that right today, on the way across to my final destination for today's little adventure. More of that later. Barmouth has the trappings of a purpose-built holiday resort when you look at it. Lots of trippers and holiday makers, but it's a nice little place all the same. Well, that was a bit of a faff. It didn't look very likely to me that I should be allowed down here, but I've checked on the signs and it's quite acceptable, legal even. Still feel completely wrong. Thank you. So this is a very much a first for me. Please pay the toll. £50p a pound. This really is a hole in the wall. Marvellous. The Honesty Toll on Barmouth Bridge. This could be interesting. Barmouth Viaduct. Cambrian Railways Company, 820 metres on Barmouth Bridge, 1867. 113 timber spans and 5 steel ones. I understand there's been, yes, extended and rebuilt over the years, most recently in 2020 to 2023. Marvellous. Thank you. Cheers. It really does feel wrong to me, you know, but it isn't. We're on the new bit at the minute. Thank you. Cheers. Thanks a lot. I wouldn't get across with Daisy with the sidecar on. Hello. Thank you very much. I think I'm going to have to take a photograph. Photographs taken. And time to get off the bridge. The reason I've not been to Barmouth very often in the past is because most of my time in North Wales has been actually within the mountains, climbing. Nearest I've come to Barmouth in actual fact has been on the odd occasion I've been up to Cadair Idris, which is up to the left of us. It's not quite 3,000 feet as Cadair Idris, but it's a big serious mountain up there on the left, and I've only been on there twice over the years. And so far as the rest of Wales is concerned, well, it's mid Wales that have, you know, the likes of Ryder and places like that. How are you doing? So yes, it's a little bit of a great unknown for me is Barmouth and its environs. At least we got it out of the way now. I think one or two people need to read the signs quite closely, the way I've read them, because they don't think I'm entitled the way I didn't think I was entitled. Thank you! So that's Barmouth Bridge done and dusted. So I'll see you in a little while. Here we are again. Now this time on this delightful single track road. I do enjoy my single track roads, as people will be aware. And we're on our way to Creggennan Lakes. Now this is just a waypoint, if you like, on my way to find my final destination for this little trip. I can find so little information about how to get to this particular feature, so I'm not going to mention it until I actually find it. But suffice to say, this is a beautiful little ride up through the woods. No doubt the camera isn't showing the steepness of the road, because it is quite steep. Not as steep as the steepest street in the world, obviously, but steep enough and interesting enough. If in doubt, get the map out. According to the OS map, it is a through road, so we'll give it a chance. The Creggennan Lakes and waterfalls are up here. I haven't got time to go looking for waterfalls, but we should find the lakes okay. This is absolutely lovely. My sort of roads. Really are my sort of roads. What's so nice about today is I'm riding roads that I've never ridden before in my life. And it's absolutely brilliant. Hey up, go on, you're okay. Well, just having had a lovely chat with what I can only describe as a naturalised brummie, I know exactly where I'm going. Just look at that heather up there. Out in full bloom. Looking out over the Irish Sea. Now, if that isn't a gateway with a view, I don't know what is. Barmouth Bridge in the distance, Barmouth beyond, the Irish Sea beyond, and the Llyn Peninsula way in the distance, in the haze. What a fantastic day. A truly fantastic day. Oh, look at these views. Now I understand a little bit further along here is the sign that I always look for. Which will point me in the right direction. Here's the lakes. Cregennan Lakes. What a lovely situation. All these places I never knew existed. The thing is, we've spent so much time in the lakes. Over the past 50 years, really. Apart from the occasions I've come across the North Wales climbing. Another area that'll be wild and inhospitable during the winter, but absolutely stunningly beautiful on a good summer's day like this. It's a bit of a doer-upper up on the right there. Bit of weekend work to sort that out. Now I believe this is the sign I've been looking for. Yep. Unsuitable for motors. Music to my ears. Now how far I'm going to ride along here, I honestly don't know. A lot depends on my knee because I've got to ride on the foot pegs. But as long as I can ride along here as far as the feature I want to have a look at, I'll be a happy man. Bit rocky in places, but not too bad. Oh, what a surprise, another gate. Nice little water splash now and again. Again, not too rocky. And there we are. There's a wee plaque down there on the wall. I'm going to take a walk down and have a look at it. I'm not going to ride any further on the green lane. I'm going to turn around and go back, because to be honest, standing on the foot pegs is playing on my left knee, to be honest. I don't want to risk it. I've got a big journey in August. I've got a big journey in October to prepare for, and I want to be fit to do that. But I'll just turn around so I'm facing back the right way. Now this lane is actually known as Bomber Lane, and there's a good reason for it. I'll explain. Shouldn't be an awful lot of traffic coming down this way. But just while we're here, just drink in these views, looking up the Mordack estuary, up to the right, inland, the estuary down below us. Directly in front of us is the Barmouth Bridge that we rode over not too long ago, and Fairburn on this side, where the little narrow gauge railway is, and further on there's the Irish Sea out there, of course. What a fantastic set of views. And down below us is what it's all about. What we have here is a crash site. When I read about it, I was absolutely amazed, because it's exactly the same circumstances as a crash site up near where I used to work in Scotland, near Gairloch. This was what was called a ferry flight. It was the end of the Second World War, and American troops and American airmen and American military staff were heading back across the Atlantic, most of whom were going back on ships, troop ships and the like, but the lucky few, on the face of it, the lucky few, were going back as passengers on bombers returning across the Atlantic. And this was one of those bombers. It was a B-17, a B-17G Flying Fortress. Impressive plane, but over to our right, about 300 feet away, the wingtip, they were in bad weather. They were heading across to RAF Valley on Anglesey Way over there to refuel before crossing the Atlantic. And in foul weather, bad visibility, they clipped the rocks just up there to our right, managed to stay in the air for another 300 feet, but impacted just here with a loss of everybody on board. All 20 crew and passengers all lost their life, tragically, in the crash, and are all buried elsewhere. From the 351st Bombardment Group of the US Army Air Force. 8th of June 1945, during the first throes of peacetime. Absolutely tragic. But I've been wanting to get here ever since I read about it, and it's nice to visit the place. So yeah. In our thoughts. Yes, so that was Bomber Lane. I couldn't carry on because my battery ran flat. So I've had to put my other camera on. So I hope the microphone's working. So that's Bomber Lane, yeah. Named after the bomber that crashed there in 1945. On our way back now, and this is Dolgethley. If I have been through Dolgethley, it's a long time ago. But as you can see, it's a delightful little place. So that just about wraps it up, I suppose, really. It's not supposed to be a long video, it's just a video to cover 2 or 3 little bits and bobs that I've been wanting to do for a while, wanting to cover for a while. Not just to make a video about it, but to see things for myself. So we're back on the road to Bala, effectively. Or still roads I don't really know, which is always nice. It's always nice to ride new roads. And I got a nice little bit of green lane in done, which is testing my knee a little bit, and it's and it hasn't been found to be wanting at all, so that's good news. I'll probably be agony tomorrow morning, never mind. So yes, so that's it. If you enjoyed watching it, thanks for staying with me and having a peep at this one. If you give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and again, we're getting up towards 900 subscribers now, so that's doing okay. And also, yeah, hit the notification button and you'll not miss any of my videos. And with that, we hit the A494 and start to head off home. See you soon.